How do you make a living as a freelance grant writer? How do you make $5,000 per month? There are 3 essential factors to consider, and in this video, we'll take a deep dive into each one. Throughout my career, I have been a leader in the entire grant process as an employee and as a consultant, so I have plenty of experience to share with you. Our first factor is sometimes considered controversial in the world of grants. Factor number 1, getting experience as a beginner. You might have heard that you can start in grant writing by volunteering with a local nonprofit, maybe one that you like its mission. What's controversial about that? The short answer is that free work can be worth about as much as it costs, which might be a little crass, but those of us in the grant profession take great pride in how we manage the entire grant process to best serve client and funder. That also won't get you started on that $5,000 monthly goal. So instead of free work, what if you build a resume of 3 skill sets to offer an organization? Skill set number 1, here's a list of basic skills that you would need to begin a freelance grant writing career. Maybe these are transferable from a previous job or a degree program. Are you a self-starter, data-driven, process-oriented, detail-oriented? Grants are complicated with deadlines, budgets, funder language, and tightly controlled communication. Helping your new client navigate this world of grants before you even write the first word of a grant proposal is a big help. When I was a consultant, I spent more time getting clients acclimated to the grant process than I did writing. Skill set number 2. Here we discuss writing skills that you either have or need to develop. Technical writing and storytelling. Let's break those down. Technical writing is about accuracy. It uses correct terms, follows funder guidelines, and explains how a program works in detail. Here's an example. The program delivers evidence-based supportive services designed to address social determinants of health among aging adults. Did you understand that? Maybe the person reviewing your proposal doesn't either. Let's look at storytelling, which is all about understanding. It helps a reviewer quickly grasp who the program serves, what problem it addresses, and why this approach makes sense. Look at the same sentence using storytelling. The program helps older adults remain independent by providing regular wellness check-ins, transportation to appointments, and help with daily needs, and tracks outcomes like reduced emergency visits and housing stability. Technical detail matters, but clarity is what earns trust from the funder. And the concept of trust brings us to skill set number 3. How well can you build a trusted relationship with your new client? How well do you interact with program directors, senior leadership, or board members? Can they rely on you to meet deadlines? Is your grant research helpful to their needs? Can you write a grant proposal that represents them well in the funder's eyes? These are essential building blocks in gaining the experience you need to work toward that $5,000 monthly income goal. The next factor you need to consider is maybe the one you thought was going to be controversial. Factor number 2, how AI affects your work. I talk about AI regularly here on Grant Chatter, and I have an entire playlist devoted to AI and grants, which is linked in the description below. But I want to be very clear about what AI means and does not mean for freelance grant writers. Friends, I just submitted a multi-million-dollar grant proposal with the help of AI to organize a lot of loose information coming from multiple people involved in the project. We used AI to organize the technical side, detailing how those grant dollars would be spent. We used AI to tell the story of the good things that will happen for years to come with that level of support. That saved a lot of time, but I also spent a lot of time rewording whole sections of AI narrative to better reflect who we are as an organization. I did that because we all know what AI writing looks like. It's everywhere. In my opinion, if you don't put human voice back into your grant proposal narrative, it's just some level of AI slop. That won't get you the clients you need to get to that monthly income goal that you can live on, because your client could have done it without you. And this leads directly into what AI cannot do, but you can. AI can't take responsibility. AI can help you find grants, but it can't decide whether a grant is a good fit for your client. It doesn't talk to your client staff or leadership to truly understand their needs. AI could help with organizing budgets and deadlines, but that's usually not well done on the free side of AI. You could purchase AI-based systems and add that to your consulting expense line. It's an option. So be clear with your clients on how you use AI to save time for both you and your client. which means you're offering a good deal. Well, you have listed your skills to enter freelance grant writing and you understand how AI can support what you do. You're still left wondering about that $5,000 monthly income goal. Let's tackle that. Factor number 3, how to charge. First and foremost, do not accept an offer from a client to be paid on commission from a successful grant proposal. In the world of grants, this is considered unethical because your client is in debt to you and grant funders do not pay for debt. They only support activities that happen after the grant is awarded. Your time to write and submit the proposal is worth something. Let's look at 3 tiers of experience and how to charge for them. As entry-level writers, you have minimal experience. You should start with simple grants such as local foundations and corporations. Your hourly rate might be $25 to $35 an hour. Your client will want a contract that spells out how many hours at this rate it will take you to finish the project. When I was a new consultant, I offered flat project fees per client. Each contract had its own customized project description and timing. A lot of them were small organizations new to grants. Some of the contracts would only pay $500. Lots of individualized contracts that do all sorts of things with all kinds of deadlines can get a little hectic. And at this level, it's not likely you'll reach that $5,000 monthly income goal. As an intermediate writer, you can move to tiered packages for your clients to choose from. Side note, if you have a lot of experience when you come into freelancing, you could start here. Your hourly rate may move to the range of $40 to $75 per hour. You'll start at the lower end and work up as experience builds. You will still have specific, time-bound contracts with your clients, but you are pursuing grants at a higher level with greater promise, such as larger foundations or state agencies. When I was a consultant, these clients often started at my smallest tier, maybe a 2-month grant research project. Then they often came back to the next tier, usually a longer contract, maybe 6 months, to write the more difficult proposals for them. Given the growing complexity of your relationship with each client and the increased time involved, it could be tough to reach $5,000 a month without working 24/7. You might need to subcontract some of the work. And of course that means you're sharing that income with them at some level, but you're also increasing your earnings potential. Finally, you reach the experienced grant writer stage. Perhaps you have worked with a client through multiples of your tiered services and the leadership there trusts you. You can now manage complex proposals with high funding potential that take weeks to write. You can base your contract on a range of $75 to $125 an hour or maybe more. I will tell you that the higher hourly range will most often be reserved for those who have specialty experience in something like federal grants or private foundations that have a national or a global reach. You could propose a retainer situation with this client. Retainers usually include ongoing prospect research, managing grant calendars, submitting multiple proposals each year, and follow-up reports to funders. You are providing your client with the full suite of professional grant services. You know the grant funding community well, and you can advise your client. When I was a consultant, the closest I came to retainers were 1-year contracts, but I was asked to invoice each month based on actual hours spent. Even so, I became more involved in the organization. I met regularly with staff to give progress reports on multiple grants I was writing for them, the calendar of grant tasks for the next quarter, and the results of new prospect research. From my research, retainers can be $1,500 to maybe $3,000 per month. So, 2 retainers might get you to $5,000 per month. Are you subcontracting some of the work? Then you might earn more since you have more people to serve your clients. If freelancing with grants is something you're seriously considering, you might be asking one of 2 questions. If you're asking whether you can actually help an organization win a grant, then you should watch this video next on winning your first grant to build your confidence and take those steps to repeat clients and higher fees. Or you can watch my video on grant success strategies that shows how I won $1 million in grants in 1 year through systems, not luck. I'm Tiffany. Thanks for watching. Choose which video you want to watch next, and I'll see you there.